Notts County Talk, back with another match preview. Before we get into the preview, I'd just like to say, if you haven't already, make sure you go and check out our previous video where we rank 15 random players from the last decade. It's quite interesting. You know, let us know if you agree or disagree with our choices. It'd be interesting to see some different outlooks on players that we've had at Notts for the last.
Liam Noble wrong there, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you put him in the wrong.
No, I think I got him bang on.
No.
Club legend. Anyway, going on to the match preview. So playing Woking, you know, fairly confident against the side because we did well against them last time. It's at home, so happy about that one. 3 p.m. kickoff as normal. Look forward to this one. I think we could see a few goals.
Yeah, definitely. When we last met, we were in a bad run of form. I remember people getting on Ardley's back, the players back. There was talk of Rose and Doyle being the big problem, Enzio being lazy, massive talk of that. Things weren't working at the back. And then we went and won 4-0, didn't we? Yeah. And that turned it around for a little bit. 4-0, there was Thomas scored 2 and Enzio scored 2. It was a comprehensive win, like no problems at all, were there? Listening to that game, it was easy, wasn't it, for Notts? So we sit in 8th on 50 points and we've dropped out of the playoff places. We have 2 games in hand over most teams in there. I think we have a game in hand, at least one game in hand over everyone above us. Woking are 12th on 47 points, and again we have a game in hand over them. So our game in hand comes against Fylde, and then we're going to have another one which is Aldershot because we've got Aveley in the cup. If you look at the last 10 games, Notts sit 4th in the form table with 19 points from a possible 30. I think if we carry that on, we will get playoffs. Should do. Woking sit 20th with 9 points, so they're a team not really in very much form at all, are they? As you said, I'm quietly confident going into this.
Yeah, me too. Moving on to players to watch now. One we've got to mention, Kane Ferdinand. He's played 29 games this season, which is fairly good going, isn't it? Especially when you look across our squad, you know, we've had a plight of injuries. Most players seem to have been injured. He's got 4 goals this season. He's also got 6 yellows.
So he's involved in everything.
Yeah. He's getting around the pitch, isn't he?
I remember seeing, it's when we did the last preview, we had a look at, remember one of his goals? Unreal, like a lob or something like that from a few years ago.
Yeah.
But he's a big player for them. He's played a lot of league games. Moving on, we've got Jamal Loza, another player that's played a lot of league games. Coventry, Yeovil, Norwich. I think he came through Norwich's academy. He's going to be a threat. Now, he had a red card a couple of weeks ago, but he's back now. He played the last game. And he could just be someone like has a bit of a creative spark or that bit of pace. But again, I think you look at some of the names in this league, he's not one that frightens me that much.
No.
One that sort of does is Jake Hyde. Now he's on 14 goals this season, which is good going for a team in Woking's position, 12th, so exactly mid-table. 14 goals, it's his second consecutive season, isn't it, with double figures. So it's not just a one-off. He got 12, I think, last season, 14 already now. Just a good player that we've dealt with top scorers for teams very well this season. I can't remember many that have scored past us. Is it Tishbola from Boreham Wood? I think did net past us. Tishamanga, one of the two.
One of us are right, I think.
Yeah, but we've dealt well with these top scorers. We really have. There are 3 players to watch out for.
Moving on to team news for Notts now. We seem to have another plight of injuries. You know, there's a long list of players. We mentioned in the last preview, obviously, McCrory went off against Yeovil with what looked to be quite a bad knee injury, but the scans that they've had done this week show that it's only a slight injury and he will be back in 2 to 4 weeks, given everything goes to plan. It's Doyle's last game suspension, so I'm sure... Well, I think he'll probably drop back into the next game. That's it for team news, really.
So again, it got not boring, but it got repetitive.
Yeah.
Choosing our teams because they're the same every week, but the past few weeks, completely different every week.
Yeah, it's crazy as well. Like we can't choose Slocum; he's just first choice all the time. But by the sounds of it, from what I listened to the Yeovil game, McDonald did a job.
Yeah. So we'll start McDonald in goal.
Yep.
Right back, he's going to go Brinley.
Yep.
So we'll put Brinley in there.
Lacey and
Rawlinson, centre back,
choosing themselves now.
left back.
Kelly Evans has to be.
Yeah.
No other option.
That's the defence that kept a clean sheet in the Derby match.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's look at the wingers again. Pick themselves. We've got Enzio and Cal Roberts, and I think they will mix it up. They drop really narrow, which makes that like a front four, which is dangerous. We've talked about before on the podcast. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Midfield 2.
It's going to be Rose and O'Brien, isn't it?
Yeah.
O'Brien, I was just saying to Tom before we recorded this, he's going to be an important player, I think, at the end of the season, because he's such a hungry player that wants to prove himself and gives 110% every game. Seeing that he's had such a long time out with injuries, he's going to be wanting to right that, and he's going to be fighting till the last minute of the season, I think. So he's going to be a very important player for me.
Do you think he's got the feel of a new signing?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
It's like he's
fresh, he's going to want to come in and prove a point.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I know what you're saying.
And then strikers, Wootton.
Thomas is out as well, isn't he? Because he got suspension.
Yeah, so Wootton and...
It's going to have to be Dennis, isn't it?
Dennis.
Storm Dennis.
This is where we can see why Ardley wants an extra striker.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, Dennis, he brings something different that maybe Ardley isn't really looking for, but maybe doesn't dislike. So obviously Thomas is a bit more physical. He finds more space. He makes a bit more, better runs than I think Dennis would.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a chance for Dennis to maybe cement a place in the team if he really does prove himself. So it'll be interesting to see how they pair up, I think, Wootton and Dennis, because we've not really seen too much of that this season.
No. Score prediction?
I don't know, it's a tough one. Because we beat them 4-0 last time, I don't think it's going to be a goal fest.
Yeah.
But I do think we'll beat them, as always.
I've not been... This sounds awful, but I've not been this confident for a while going into a game.
Yeah, I think it just feels like there's an air of confidence around
the way we won that Yeovil game.
Yeah, not down to 9 for the last 10 minutes. Yeah,
I'm tempted.
Determination. It's like there was a little snippet as well after the Chesterfield game of the players coming down the tunnel, and they're all going mad. Like you can just tell it means so much to them.
I'm going 3-0 because I think I'm right in saying that Notts have conceded the least of any team in the league.
Yeah,
I think
they've equally lost the least in the league as well.
So I think 3-0, and I think Wootton's just going to get 2, and I think we could see Cal Roberts get his first.
Real Madrid vibes.
I'm
going to go 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, definitely.
Who's scoring?
Cal Roberts and Enzio. The winners.
Nice.
Get one each.
If you agree with our score predictions, put that in the comment section, or if there's anything else you agree or disagree with, again, comment down below. But we need as many people down for this running at Medley as possible, so try and get yourselves down if you can, and we just need to get this atmosphere buzzing.